Sunday in the shop. Happy Mother's Day. Sorry if you can't hear me, but you know, when you live on the farm and your car's a lowrider and it's at the house back there and you want to get it to the shop over there, but your driveway sucks, drag your driveway and try to get it smoothed out. Got that country living going right now. Later. So it's Monday in the shop and it's already the end of the day. Sunday was Mother's Day, so really didn't have anything to film for you there. And today is Monday and I'm closed. And I was going to take the day and do a lot of cool stuff here in the shop and maybe finish my son's car. But this morning I ended up on the phone with a customer for quite a while, and he's dropping the cheddar, kids. It's a big one. So it's going to be a 2 to 3 week job on a 2023 Raptor Bronco. We're going to get him in here hopefully next week. I just got the F-150 with the new amp put in it. That, you know, the one was messed up. Customers came and picked it up and left. They'll be bringing it back though, because guess what? The new amp is bad also. Now I know you guys are probably thinking, Gabe, it's not the amp, it's your install. No, it's not. Took this amp, it's doing the exact same thing as the other one. I took it out, hooked it up on my bench. It's doing the exact same thing on my bench. I took a test amp, hooked it up where that amp is in the truck, works perfectly fine. So I believe Powerbase must have had a bad batch of amps, and I'm a little annoyed at the situation. So I'll be having a chat with them tomorrow and making sure that they bench test an amp before they send it to me, because it's got to come back and get another amp put in it. Other than that, he loved it. And I'm going to actually have it at my booth at Slamology this year, the weekend of June 9th and 10th in Indianapolis. If you're around, hit the show. I always have a booth. I'm going to have his truck there because I dig that build so much I want to show it off. I think it's pretty cool looking. So that's it. I'm going to go home tomorrow. Actually, this whole week I'm kind of off. So tomorrow we're going to work on my son's car, try to get it knocked out. That'll be cool. And a few other things. And I have an idea of something I want to build for the shop that I've never seen. That'll be awesome. Later. Today is Tuesday, and I didn't record anything because I kind of looked at today as a day off for me, but I actually did a bunch of stuff. So this is my son's car. For Christmas, I got him and my daughter both full audio control audio systems. I'm yelling because it's raining and it's so loud in here, so I'm sorry if this is obnoxious, but I feel like I have to. And I just never have time to finish it. And I started my son's, but never got it really finished. It's almost finished now. Like, everything's hooked up. I just need to do some beauty work in the trunk, but it's 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna call tonight. But I'll show you what his car looks like. And I got the windows tinted today on it. So first you'll notice his badass lighting, which everybody loves, his lighting. The lighting goes through everything, goes through the entire car. He's got the custom speaker pods, door pods with the audio control, 6.5 inch. We got 3-way component set going. The 6.5, the 3 inch, and then I added the tweeters today up on the A-pillars. The subwoofer with the fiberglass sub enclosure I did. He wants to keep his trunk space, so the next step will be to make this beauty panel, get that cleaned up. Then I need to copy that floor so I can put it back over top of the system, but with a big metal opening with metal grilling. That way it's protected, but the sound can come through and the amps aren't gonna overheat or anything. And what we've got in here is an audio control LC 5.1300. And then on top of that is their 3-way passive crossover system that allows you to build a 3-way component set out of any of their speakers, basically a la carte. So it's the PNW XN3. It's the first time I've got to mess with one of those, and works out pretty well. I think I've got it pretty well dialed in, but there's always room for improvement. But it sounds way better than what he had before. This is supposed to be royalty free. So there you go. I didn't even think about filming anything today because I legitimately was just I consider this a day off for me. I think I'm gonna have his vehicle at my booth at Slamology this year. So on top of the windows being tinted, he doesn't know this, but I'm gonna cut some vinyl decals to put on the side, audio control, custom speaker pods, stinger, things on there, make it look a little bit cooler. That's it. I'm gonna go home and have dinner. I think I'm late, so take it easy. See you tomorrow. What's up? It is Wednesday morning, correct? Yes, it's Wednesday morning, and I am going to be working on my mom's golf cart. So for Mother's Day, she asked for me to get the turn signals, the headlights, the brake lights, and everything working on here so that she can have it registered with the town. Well, there was something wrong with the controller. She had a place fix it, and when they fixed it, they destroyed my 12-volt setup. And what I mean by that is they landed the ground for my setup on the wrong battery, and they blew up I had a 36 to 48 volt to 12 volt step down. They blew that thing up. As soon as I stuck a fuse in it, the fuse exploded, like literally exploded like a bomb in pieces in front of me. So that thing's trashed. So everything on here 12 volt doesn't work, including the headlights, because she said she wanted headlights and turn signals for Mother's Day, and I'm like, bro, it has headlights and turn signals. And the last time I did the dash, I literally put in a headlight switch with the radio and everything, so I was so confused. I didn't know that place had destroyed my whole setup. New flasher for the turn signals, just because I don't know if the flashers are any good. I don't know what they've done. I got new brake switch for the brake lights. I'm hoping the bulbs are still good. I don't know, I may have to order new bulbs. Got new transformer, and then I'm also gonna put some kind of shut-off switch or disconnect so that in the future, nobody blows up my stuff. So that's what I'm gonna work on today, but I did buy a new dust collector. I got that Harbor Freight one. It's still sitting here in the box. I think I talked about it like 2 weeks ago on a video, because that's what I do. I buy things and it sits for months before I put it together. But the wood shop, it's kind of a wreck. And with the new build coming, that big Bronco build that's coming, like next week, I need everything in here to be on point. I need to be efficient, because this is gonna be a huge build and it's gonna take a long time. So let's get on this golf cart. So I got nothing to show you. It's the end of the day. I'm going home. It's not the end of the day, but I'm just too pissed off to stay. So I'm gonna go ahead and go home. Yeah, got nothing. It's actually worse than it was before I started the golf cart. I spent an entire day I wasted a whole day. Because I just have to rip it all out, like all of it. It's all gotta go. All the wiring that has nothing to do with the drivetrain and this thing moving has gotta be ripped out and just redone, because I can't make heads or tails of what's what. I blew up 2 transformers. Don't know why. I mean, I have everything fused, but his voltages were off and it blew the fuse. But apparently these transformers I have, these 48 to 12 volt transformers, are crap, because 2 of them are dead now. I don't have one. I have to buy more. So I guess I better find a different brand, because even fuse protected, they couldn't take the hit. Really weird. It's a horrible day. So had 1,000 other things I could have done today that would have been productive and fun. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow, but I ain't gonna touch that golf cart. I'm doing something productive. So see you tomorrow. Thursday in the shop. Today we are going to do an install for a gentleman who was lied to by multiple shops, including Best Buy. Today we have this cream puff in here. 1993 Chevy Silverado 1500. But this gentleman needs keyless entry, and he's an older gentleman. And I normally can't get people in. I'm too backed up or busy. If you get a hold of me, it's usually gonna be a few weeks. This guy got a hold of me 2 days ago, and I got him in here today because I did not like the way he was being dealt with by other shops, including Best Buy, because they all told him he could not have keyless entry. Now normally, if you tell somebody they can't have keyless entry, it would be because the car doesn't have power door locks. So that means you'd have to add actuators and all that, and it can get to be a little ridiculous on some vehicles. But this guy has power door locks, so why can't he have keyless entry? Well, he was told by one shop that his vehicle was just too old and could not handle the requirements of a keyless entry system. I don't even know what that means. Best Buy told him that his car was too old and could not work with today's new technology, and therefore he cannot have a keyless entry system. Now, this is all just obviously lies. This is not true. Basically, what has happened is a lot of the installers nowadays are not really installers. They're people that plug little boxes in the laptops, flash things, and then they buy T-harnesses that plug in so that the module will communicate on the CAN bus network of a new car and do all the stuff they want to do. And it really took absolutely no skill, just plug and play and call it a day. That's kind of what they are. This isn't one of those because there's no CAN bus network. So you actually have to do an install. It's very confusing to me why people would tell him that, but the only thing I can come up with is this vehicle is a, what we call resting at ground, 5-wire, whatever, reverse polarity, blah, 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 lock system. Back in the old days, we had to build our own relay packs out of big Bosch 30 amp relays to create this. Now, there's these little trigger modules that'll do exactly what we need. So it's really silly that they were telling him that, but I think a lot of the other shops were telling him that because they didn't want to do what's required. And I'm not gonna lie and try to act like I know this. My memory's shot. So I had to call my buddy Jason Ewing, and apparently you have to take that speaker out to get to the wires you need to do the door locks. Now, I got no problem with shops turning down work. God knows I do it every day. I only take in 5%, maybe 10% of the people that get a hold of me. I'm not, shunning a shop for saying, they didn't want to do it. What I'm shunning them for is just lying to the customer. If you don't want to do it, just tell the customer you don't want to do it. You can easily say, yeah, those vehicles we don't do because it's too labor intensive and what we would have to charge you would be so much over what it should be, but it's just not really worth it for us or for you. There you go. In a conversation. You don't say you can't have it. It's not possible. First of all, it just makes you sound dumb because then they tell someone like me and I'm like, what? You're dumb. And the other problem is, why lie? If you don't want to do it, just tell me you don't want to do it. But me, I'm going to do it because over the phone I could tell he was an older gentleman and he said it has to be done, which tells me either A, a medical reason, B, maybe a family member who needs assistance getting into the vehicle, but they just can't do the key thing anymore and need keyless entry. In my mind, I just think, okay, what if this was one of my grandparents or something? So I got him in here. So we're gonna bang this out this morning. They're going off my buddy Jason's recommendations. He told me to grab this alarmment unit. I'm not doing an alarm on this vehicle, but this will allow me to do the door locks. This is to do the 5-wire or the reverse polarity locking system, like I was talking about before, where we had to do all of our own relay packs and it was just a huge mess. So this is the transmitter set that they told me to go with. So I am going to go and start reading and learning how this all works. Okay, so on this Silverado, we've got the driver's side dash speaker out. Right here is the bundle that you want to grab. And this is where I'm going to be hitting my lock and unlock. Should have this thing buttoned up, I would hope, in a couple hours. Behold, as I use new technology with old. I must be magic. And after that stupidity, this is done. I don't know how I did it. I mean, clearly Best Buy and them were correct. Clearly the other shops that said it couldn't be done were correct. I am just some sort of wizard. All right, so it's the end of Thursday. Kind of got the wood shop started, but tomorrow we'll have to finish it up. So here's the state of the wood shop now. So I started organizing over here, my materials, getting things cleaned up. I need to clean up those old tools there. That's an old planer, an old sander. They were my dad's. Getting everything kind of picked up and organized. So over there in the corners where I'm gonna put the dust collector. But that's it. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go home. Looks like also I'm gonna fly to Florida Saturday morning to pick up materials to drive home for the Bronco. Tomorrow I'll be back in here, clean up the wood shop, getting things as far as I can before I gotta leave. So see you tomorrow. What is up? It is Friday morning and today will be my day and I'm going to work on my shop. Also, I will be leaving tomorrow morning at 6:45 in the morning. Gonna go to my boy Doc's place and load up $18,000 worth of HDPE for free. So that's why I'm spending the money to last minute, fly to Florida, get a box truck and drive home. So it's quite a bit of HDPE, which if you don't know what that is, that's high density poly blah, blah, blah chemical stuff. It's a plastic. And it's what we use for like sub enclosures and boats, and you can machine it and you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. But it runs about $1,000 a sheet now. And it's just so expensive, plus $400 to ship a sheet. So it's gotten so expensive that it just can't really be feasible unless, you know, you're doing some crazy job, which the Bronco is why this all started. Which I was like, I'm going to use HDPE, went down the rabbit hole trying to find some to order. Just happens to be that there's a company that has to destroy $100,000 of HDPE because it's the wrong color. So I'm flying down, grabbing up what I can before the axles explode on this box truck. When I get home on Sunday, I'm gonna have to try and edit down this video. When you see this, I've already got the stuff here. So it's about 9 o'clock and I'm done for the day, and man, I did not make progress. I went backward. I got the dust collector over there, then I ran a pipe across there, then I ran a pipe up, and then I ran a pipe over, and then I ran a pipe down. And this pipe right here is crooked because I realized I don't have enough suction for the table saw, the router, and this unless I have gates to shut off things, and I don't have any more gates, and I ran out of parts, and yeah, I gotta fly to Florida. I gotta leave at like 6 in the morning, so I guess I'm gonna leave my shop a wreck, which really doesn't sit well with me, but I'm exhausted. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna take my filthy butt home. Maybe see you tomorrow. I don't know. This place is a wreck, dude. Oh, so I gotta be quiet because I'm at the airport. But yeah, at the airport with the wife. Flight was delayed, so I'm gonna get on this plane. Oh yeah, by the way, it's Saturday morning. So you're gonna have to apologize for the video quality and the audio because I'm using my phone because I can't get to my good camera right now. But we made it to Florida. I forgot to take any footage of us at Doc's house. So sorry, Doc. Didn't make it to my YouTube. But then the flight delay and everything kind of screwed us all up, and we got in, and Doc and his wife went and picked up the truck for us because we couldn't get there before they closed because of the delays. So they really helped us out, and they even loaded up the truck before we left. So back there is thousands and thousands of pounds of HDPE plastic. The cost of that much plastic is, you know, damn near $20,000. And the price I got it for is pretty much unbeatable. So it was worth the drive and getting it. Drive as long as I can, hoping to get on the other side of Atlanta, which will probably be about midnight or 1 in the morning. So I'll keep you updated. Later. Okay, so we're gonna act like right now it's Saturday night, but really it's Sunday morning. But this is the last video of this week because I drove until 2:30 a.m. until I couldn't drive anymore. So it was about 10 hours yesterday. Pulled over at a Holiday Inn Express. I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm in Tennessee, right on Tennessee, Georgia. I'm not really sure where, but I just woke up. Now I'm gonna go take a shower, get back on the road. So hope you enjoyed this week's video. Subscribe. Watch the next one. I don't know. I gotta go take a shower and wake up, get on the road.